Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. We're going to run to Washington, D.C. right now, where it's all happening, and in a flurry, I might add, and spend a little time with U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow. And as always, Senator, it's great to see you. Great to spend time with you.
You as well.
So let's talk a little bit. The last time I think we had you on was probably at the policy conference way back in May.
Yes, I think maybe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about how it's gone since then. What's been happening? Great Lakes protection.
Yes. Well, there's a number of things. And as you know, Chris, I've been the leader on protecting the Great Lakes for a long time and authored something called the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative back in 2010. That is a fund for us to be able to draw on from everything from tackling the carp to soil erosion to water quality to a whole range of things. And so this year I've been trying to lock in the program, the authorization for it, for as many years as possible. So in the Senate, we just passed my bill that would extend this till 2031. So I'm trying to lock this in. It's always been bipartisan. Interestingly, my partner and my Republican Great Lakes partner in this is J.D. Vance. So we were able to get this locked in. And then on the Great Lakes, the other thing that I have been working on for 15 years, and where it has to be dogged all the time because there's so many different bureaucratic challenges and so on. And that's building another lock up at the Sioux. We have one lock that takes the large barges. And, this is directly related to our economy, raw materials coming in, finished products going out, going all over the country through the St. Lawrence Seaway and down the Great Lakes. And for decades, there's been a concern that there was a lock that was basically is now shut down, unworkable. And so we have one large lock. And so I've dogged this with the funding and gone round and round. During COVID. Supply chain costs went up. We had to go back again, over and over again. But bottom line is that we're now in phase 3 of construction out of 4 phases, and the lock's going to get done. So it won't get done before I leave, but it's gonna get done. So.
And I just want to remind everybody, you talked about the economic ramifications if that lock closes down.
Yes.
You're not moving ore from Wisconsin anymore.
Exactly. We actually had an economic study done, and that's Army Corps needs that to prioritize projects. And they said if the lock was shut down for 6 months, we'd lose 11 million jobs. And
wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So that's been
especially crop producers recently got.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, as you know, I always say we don't have an economy unless somebody makes something and somebody grows something. And so I've been very focused on manufacturing, advanced manufacturing, but also agriculture, food production. We have some of the major international food production, from Gerber to Kellogg to so many that are basically food manufacturers. And then we grow more crops, different kinds of crops than any state but California. So my work on the Agriculture Committee has been intentional to broaden the support for all parts of agriculture. And so prior to my being in leadership in the Ag Committee, fruits and vegetables, which are about half of the farm economy, were not included in what's called the Farm Bill. And so now they are. We now have a broad view of supporting urban ag, small farms, large farms, fruits and vegetables, organics. And we are stronger in Michigan now because that kind of support is there.
I'm knocked out how fruits and vegetables were left out, but be that as it may.
I know. I don't know.
Congratulations. You were honored in Flint, and you were also the parade grand marshal in Detroit. Tell us a little bit about that. That had to feel good.
It was wonderful. The outpouring across the state just has been so wonderful. I'm so grateful. In Flint, the mayor gave me the key to the city. I said, "What does it open?" And he couldn't tell me anything really, but it was a big celebration with choirs, and it was wonderful. And then, of course, I love the Thanksgiving Day parade. I've been coming since I was a child. So my whole family came down Wednesday night and then stayed for Thursday and did the parade and then went to the Lions game. And so it was wonderful fun.
Let's talk a little bit about the Hemlock Semiconductor. That was another pretty big win for you.
Oh yes, absolutely. In the clean energy package put together on tax reform, I authored, along with Dan Kildee in the House, the solar production tax credits and other manufacturing tax credits that say you get the credit if it's produced in the United States. And Hemlock produces 1/3 of all the polysilicon, which is used for everything from cell phones to, all kinds of things. And they are expanding. If you count construction, 1,000 jobs. And across the street, there's a whole new solar effort that's going to happen. So it's going to be a lot of jobs. And this tax policy of saying you can have the tax cut, but you have to make it in America is really changing and causing more things to be made in America. So
that's a good thing. And Senator, if we can continue to catch you between votes, I'd like you to hang around. We're going to do a second segment in just a second.
Absolutely.
All right, you're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, and we will be right back with U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow.